More power to the people. More power's in the house again, bringing you all some great, exciting news. Some even sad today, but we are here, and I want to thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time watching MOPOWERZ, by all means, I suggest that you tell your friends, tell your families, tell your relatives, tell your coworkers, because we're giving away knowledge here. And knowledge is what? Knowledge is powers. How are you all doing today? That's good. I haven't seen you all in a couple of days. And I've been working on other material on my other channel. And I've been getting some things done, everyday life situation, just as you are. But today, heard some very disturbing news about the Miller Coors Brewing Company in Milwaukee. An employee whom got fired came back and shot up the place with a gun, had a silencer on it. Got fired and came back. I don't understand why the man got fired. No one seems to know yet, as far as those who were not there. If you were there, you know why he got fired. If you were not there, you don't know why that man got fired. But whatever the reason that man got fired, it was enough for him to come back to kill some people. Now, who do you blame for that? Do you blame the individual, or do you blame the administration, the human resources department? What caused that man to go back? Could it have been that he spent 20 years, 15 years, got a wife, got a home, got kids, and for some reason got fired? I don't think that that was that man's fault that he got fired. He was disgruntled, but why? We cannot say. We don't know what he did to get fired or not did to get fired, but we do know that he came back and killed 7 people because of his termination, because of a decision made by human resources. And human resources wasn't thinking about that at all. They was just saying, fire his ass. I would hate to be in a human resource position, whereas I would have to fire someone today, because that is a very dangerous position. In fact, from my standpoint, if you are in a position like that, they should be giving you hazardous pay. They should. Anything can go down in that office when you tell that person that they are terminated. Those people whom told you to terminate that person may not necessarily be there. The people or the circle that told you about that may not even be there with you while you're having this one-on-one to get this individual terminated. It is absolutely a must for human resource employees who are in a position to hire or fire. I would say fire. I wouldn't say hire, because some people who hire don't fire, but some do. But if you are in the firing position, make sure you're getting some hazardous pay. You don't know what's coming back your way. Now, my thing is the person who fired this individual, who fired this disgruntled employee, did they get killed? See, was the shooter satisfied with whom he killed? Or was it just some more regular employees like himself? Or was it a ring of employees who helped get him fired? We don't know. But whatever the reason is, it was a reason enough for him to come back and kill 7 people. When you fire people and they do not deserve to be fired, you are playing with fire. When you terminate a person from a job and they do not deserve to be fired, you best to believe that some fire may be coming your way. Now, if they were laid off, that's a different thing. If you all downsizing or you going out of business, that's totally different. But firing an individual for no good reason, well, as we see, you may have some consequences with that firing. So if you are in a firing position, make sure that you receive some hazardous pay on your job, okay? I'm just saying. Coronavirus. I've been watching this coronavirus since it started. And on my other channel, I had made a prediction that the coronavirus will cause stock exchange prices, will cause economic changes in the economy. And guess what? It has. In fact, over 80,000 people are infected today. Many have died already. You have some who are on the verge of dying, kissing their children through a glass window. Ships have been quarantined. Ships have been quarantined. Millions of people over there in China have been quarantined. Remember, they were spraying the street with some type of agent in China, and they it was like a martial, what they call that, martial law in China, and they had all those people to stay inside their homes, and they couldn't come out. You know, some people couldn't even come out except for groceries. I mean, their economy is crashing. Some people can't even go to work. So if they can't go to work, you know what's happening over here, seeing that a lot of our goods come from China. I'm just saying. You have people in New York, Nassau County, 83 people have been quarantined for possibility of the coronavirus. These people that have been quarantined in Nassau County up in New York were people who had flew to China and came back, or have had contact with people who have the coronavirus. So if you come in contact with people who have had the coronavirus or have the coronavirus, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have the coronavirus. And they say for men that you can lessen your chance or chances of catching this virus if you shave off all your facial hair. You know, if you got the Fu Manchu and the Rami Hamidami Islam, big long beard, you know, that can carry germs. They say that a trimmed mustache or goatee is fine. And if you wear some type of CPAP machine, they say make sure that your mask is firmly on your face so that no flu agents or chemical agents like the coronavirus can get in there. I'm just saying, even with people who walking around with masks on their faces, their chances of catching coronavirus is less. However, when you have to wear a mask, 9 times out of 10, it's already in your area. It's already in your area. It's in California. It's in Arizona. It's in Wisconsin. Okay? 57 people over here in the US have been diagnosed with the coronavirus. 57 thus far. And in fact, sadly, did you all know that Donald Trump cut the budget for CDC? Did you all know that Donald Trump cut the CDC budget in this global epidemic crisis? Why is that? I'm just saying. Now, where did I get this information from? I got this information from Michael Bloomberg. Michael Bloomberg himself said that Donald Trump made budget cuts to the CDC. How can you have budget cuts to the CDC when an epidemic is going on? And the US, according to Michael Bloomberg, the US is not prepared for such an epidemic. The US was hardly prepared for the Ebola virus episode that jumped off. The US was barely ready for that. Now, if you think that this coronavirus, let me say something in the chat room. MOPOWERZ, if you think that this coronavirus is an accident, I would have to say that you are WRONG, exclamation point. Wrong. If you think that this coronavirus is an accident, you are wrong. This is a man-made virus. Now, according to China news people, they say that it may have leaked out from a lab. There's no leaking out. Look, remember, these people are in the business of population control, okay? They can't come straight out and kill you, so they have to virus you to death. Use some type of chemical agent to kill you. This is not the first time that this has occurred. It has occurred in Pakistan, Iraq, India, even the US before. All of these are just going under different names and different strains of viruses. I'm just saying. If you're familiar with population control and you're familiar with chemical warfare and how they have been using us for crash dummies and for literally death reasons, if you don't understand that, I sadly need to awaken you to the rude awakening. I'm just saying. Look at how they did New York City years ago in their subway. They still do it today, every day with us, with the chemtrails. You think I'm lying? They're actually killing trees. So if they're killing trees, they're killing you because you need the trees to do what? Live. But their goal is not for you to live. It's not. It's just not. And if you're not familiar with Georgia, anybody familiar with the Georgia Guidestones? If you're not familiar, you need to familiarize yourself with that and find out about the new instruments, find out about the new commandments of this world order. Find out about the new commandments of this world order. And you can find that in Georgia. And then that you will see that they want to decrease the population to 5 million people. It's 5 million or 50 million. I think it's 50 million people. 50 million people. They want to depopulate the earth to 50 million people, and they're doing it. They're killing us through viruses. They have viruses now that we have never even heard of, that don't even come naturally with the planet. I'm just saying. You think I'm lying? Do some research. Go to the World Health Organization. Study what they're doing there. And the World Health Organization is in Delaware. Okay? Right here in the US next to DC. Okay? Or in DC. But on that East Coast, okay? And you can go to the Freedom of Information Act and find out everything that they've released to us, because some things they are not going to release until maybe 50 years later. Certain information get classified like that. We can't have, as a public audience, have access to that material until 50 years after it's over with. So that generation is gone. And if there was some medical liability or some social liability or some punitive damages. Those people are dead, okay? And the mystery is gone, or the mystery is going on, but when they're gone, the mystery can be revealed and everybody can figure it out. Okay? I'm just saying. Just look at how these people work. But we're in the age of information. So all of the information that you can gather, by all means, please gather it all. And you must remember that more knowledge is power. Knowledge is power any day of the week, of the month, any day of the year, any day of the decade, area, millennium. Knowledge is power all day long. Don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. Knowledge is power. If there's anything that I've said that you like, by all means, press the subscribe button, press that bell button. Okay. Also, we're going to be having Contradictions of the Bible series coming up. So for all of you Jesus freaks, Bible thumping, Holy Ghost, praise the Lord, happen to go to church every Sunday, I need you here when I go live Friday, and we will be starting with the book of Genesis. Contradictions in the Christian Bible. We're going to crack this Bible down, and you are going to find out some things that you thought that you did not, that you thought you knew, but you really don't know. So invite all of your Christian friends, your families, have an open mind. This is not to destroy you. This is to empower you, not to destroy you, but to empower you. This will be a very empowered series, and I welcome you all to it with an open heart, with an open mind, and this will carry on to other schools of thoughts, historical events, and things of that nature. Okay? So on this channel here, we are all about facts. We are all about facts. And as long as you have facts, you cannot be refuted. It's your brother, Mo Powers. Knowledge is power. Thanks for watching, you all.